Area 51. Just saying the name conjures images of flying saucers, alien autopsies, and top-secret government cover-ups. For decades, it's been the epicenter of UFO folklore, a black hole of information tucked away in the Nevada desert. But what if I told you the real story of Area 51 is even more fascinating than the fiction? Today, we're going beyond the myths, peeling back the layers of secrecy to uncover the tangible, real-world impact of this legendary base. How did a piece of barren desert become a global symbol of the unknown? Let's find out. Our story begins not with aliens, but with the Cold War. In the early 1950s, the United States was locked in a high-stakes chess match with the Soviet Union. The need for advanced reconnaissance aircraft was paramount. The CIA needed a remote, secure location to develop and test their new secret weapon, the U-2 spy plane. They found the perfect spot, a dry lakebed in Nevada known as Groom Lake. It was isolated, had a perfect natural runway, and was already part of a restricted military range. In 1955, it was officially designated as Area 51. The U-2 was a marvel of engineering. It could fly at altitudes of over 70,000 feet, far higher than any other aircraft of its time. This extreme altitude is where the UFO sightings began. Commercial airline pilots, flying at around 20,000 feet, would suddenly see a silvery object soaring impossibly high above them, reflecting the sun's rays. They had no frame of reference for what it could be. Unable to explain these sightings through conventional means, they reported them as unidentified flying objects. The Air Force, bound by secrecy, couldn't just say, "Oh, that's our new top-secret spy plane." Instead, they often provided vague explanations, like weather balloons or natural atmospheric phenomena. This information gap was the fertile soil where the seeds of alien conspiracy theories were first planted. As the U-2 program evolved, so did the technology at Area 51. The next big project was even more audacious, the A-12 Oxcart, the precursor to the legendary SR-71 Blackbird. This was a plane that looked like it was straight out of science fiction. With its titanium fuselage and futuristic design, it could fly at over Mach 3 times the speed of sound. Test flights of the A-12, especially at night, created spectacular and baffling sights for anyone who happened to be looking up. The plane's unique shape and incredible speed left witnesses convinced they had seen something not of this world. Each new, unexplained sighting fueled the growing mythology. The government's continued silence wasn't helping. Instead of quelling rumors, it was adding fuel to the fire. The more they denied, the more people believed something extraordinary was being hidden. The cultural obsession with Area 51 truly exploded in 1989. A man named Bob Lazar came forward with an incredible story. He claimed to have worked at a hidden facility near Area 51 called S4, where he was tasked with reverse engineering captured alien spacecraft. Lazar's detailed descriptions of alien propulsion systems and extraterrestrial craft captivated the public. He spoke with a technical confidence that made his story sound plausible to many. Mainstream news outlets picked up the story, and suddenly, Area 51 was no longer just a subject for niche UFO magazines. It was a household name. Lazar's claims, though never substantiated and widely debunked by investigators, cemented the base's connection to alien technology in the public consciousness forever. He provided the narrative everyone was looking for, a story that connected all the mysterious dots. Hollywood was quick to capitalize on this phenomenon. The 1996 blockbuster Independence Day depicted Area 51 as the last bastion of humanity, a secret lab holding a captured alien craft that becomes key to saving the world. The movie was a massive global hit, and it solidified the image of Area 51 in popular culture. It was no longer just a secret base. It was a modern-day myth, a Camelot of the atomic age where heroes worked in secret to protect us from otherworldly threats. TV shows like The X-Files further explore this theme, with its famous tagline, "The truth is out there," perfectly capturing the public's feeling about places like Area 51. The base became a pilgrimage site for believers, investigators, and the just plain curious. The small town of Rachel, Nevada, on the edge of the restricted zone, declared itself the UFO capital of the world. A highway running alongside the base was officially renamed the Extraterrestrial Highway. Tourists flocked here, hoping to catch a glimpse of strange lights in the sky or the infamous white bus that ferries workers to the base. The perimeter is marked by stern warning signs promising deadly force against trespassers, and watched over by the mysterious camo dudes, private security guards and pickup trucks who monitor anyone who gets too close. This cat-and-mouse game between curious civilians and base security only adds to the allure and mystique. For decades, the U.S. government maintained a policy of plausible deniability regarding Area 51. Officially, it didn't exist. It wasn't on any public maps. When asked about it, officials would deflect or give non-answers. This complete lack of acknowledgement was, ironically, the strongest evidence for many that something important was being hidden there. It wasn't until 2013, following a Freedom of Information Act request, that the CIA officially acknowledged the existence and location of Area 51 for the first time. The declassified documents confirmed its role in the U-2 and A-12 programs, but, to the disappointment of many, made no mention of little green men or crashed saucers. So, what is happening at Area 51 today? While the U-2 and Blackbird are long retired, the base is still very much active. It remains the go-to place for developing and testing the next generation of aviation technology. This includes stealth aircraft, unmanned aerial vehicles or drones, and experimental weapon systems. The F-117 Nighthawk stealth fighter was tested there in total secrecy for years before it was publicly revealed. It's safe to assume that the strange lights and bizarre-looking craft still seen in the skies over Nevada today are the prototypes of the military technology of tomorrow. Area 51's purpose has never changed: to stay one step ahead, to develop technology so advanced that, to an outsider, it might as well be alien. The enduring legacy of Area 51 is a fascinating case study in how secrecy and human imagination can intertwine. The government's need for classified operations created a vacuum, and our collective fascination with the unknown rushed in to fill it. Area 51 became a blank screen onto which we projected our hopes, our fears, and our deepest questions about our place in the universe. Are we alone? Is there something more out there? The reality is that the aliens at Area 51 were us all along, our own ingenuity, our own ambition, and our own advanced technology, pushed to its absolute limits under a veil of secrecy. The story of Area 51 is more than just a tale of spy planes and conspiracy theories. It's a story about the power of myth in the modern age. It shows how a real place, born out of the necessities of the Cold War, transformed into a cultural icon that represents the ultimate mystery. Whether you believe in extraterrestrial visitors or cutting-edge military hardware, the grip that Area 51 has on our imagination is undeniable. It's a symbol of the fact that, even in an age where information is everywhere, there are still secrets left to uncover, and the truth, as they say, is still out there. Thanks for joining us on this journey into the heart of the Nevada desert. If you enjoyed peeling back the layers of this mystery, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the world's most fascinating stories. We'll see you in the next one.